mà gặp đúng trùng cuối Malaysia.
Did I understand everything that Bad Bunny was saying during the sports ball match halftime show?
In the run-up to that, in the spring of
New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani issued an executive order that he says will protect New Yorkers from the Trump administration's, quote, abusive immigration enforcement.
So I recently expressed my views and opinions on Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show.
Ain't no way. Just a reminder for anybody who believes that the controversy about Bad Bunny participating in the halftime show.
It was Bad Bunny versus Kid.
We definitely have a lot of responsibility put on us because in some sense,
music superstar Chappell Rowan just announced that she is firing her management agency after it was revealed that the CEO has close ties.
Bad Bunny just reminded everybody that America is a continent and the MAGAs are mad. Last night during the Super Bowl halftime.
Now, I am not. Those files.
Man, this shit about to.
The billionaire class.
There is.
So we learned today from the Wall Street Journal.
Well, I don't understand.
So we learned.
So ព្រឹកមិញនេះសម្ដេចធិបតីនាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីបានឡើងនិយាយឲ្យគាត់ address ទៅលើ social media គាត់បានសង្កត់ធ្ងន់ទៅលើការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរចរិតរបស់ប្រជាជនអញ្ចឹងណាឧទាហរណ៍ឃើញវីដេអូលើ Facebook 3អញ្ចឹងនិយាយអំពីប្រជាជនភាគសឹកហើយនឹងកងទ័ពអីអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូននៅលើបណ្ដាញសង្គមតែងតែមានការអាណិតហើយនឹងការលើកទឹកចិត្តអីជូនពរអីអញ្ចឹងណាល្អប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលឃើញគេផុសកុងតឺន័រគឺចាប់ផ្ដើមផ្លាស់ប្ដូរមកខឹងជាមួយនឹងរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលភ្លាមហើយក៏ចាប់ផ្ដើមក្រើនឲ្យវាយទៅវិញបាញ់ទៅវិញហើយប្រើកំហឹងអញ្ចឹងណាតែក្នុងរយៈពេលតែ10នាទីអាចផ្លាស់ប្ដូរ emotion បានច្រើនដងមែនតើហើយក៏លោកបាននិយាយបន្តថាប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលវិញគឺការគិតរបស់ពួកគាត់គឺផ្ដោតលើតែមួយទេបើមុននឹងនិយាយអីមួយឬក៏ធ្វើអីមួយមានការវិនិច្ឆ័យឲ្យគិតច្បាស់លាស់ណាស់តម្រាំថាចេញជាផលអីចឹងណាតែមានស្មារតីរឹងប៉ឹងខ្ពស់ហើយផ្ដោតទៅលើសន្តិភាពរបស់ប្រជាជនហើយនិងប្រទេសជាតិចឹងណាហើយក៏ថាឥឡូវមិនអាចនិយាយពី detail ច្បាស់លាស់បានទេប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលដែលពេលវេលាត្រូវគឺអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នានឹងដឹងទាំងអស់ So yeah អញ្ចឹងនេះគឺបង្ហាញមែនតើពីអត្តពលរបស់អ៊ីនធឺណិតដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងផ្លាស់ប្ដូរ emotion យើងច្រើនដងក្នុងពេលតែមួយអញ្ចឹងណា I mean yeah ត្រូវឯងសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំក៏អញ្ចឹងដែរឃើញវីដេអូនេះ feel ផ្សេងនិយាយរឿងពាក្យការតំណែងសៀមណាបណ្ឌិត TikTok ក្រេថាមិនបតោអ្នកប្រើប្រាស់ទេបតោអ្នកនាំចូលនឹងរដ្ឋាភិបាលអ្នកឲ្យនាំចូលអញ្ចឹងណាខ្ញុំចង់និយាយចេះពួកអាទៅក្រេតែមួយឆ្នាំឡើងបណ្ឌិតហ្នឹងវាអត់មានចំណាយទេអញ្ចឹងណាព្រោះវាបតោហ្នឹងវាថាចេះអាអ្នកមានលុយវាទៅទិញស៊ីមកពីគេនាំចូលណាចុះបើឯងប្រកាច់មានលុយឲ្យកុំទិញស៊ីឲ្យអស់អាអ្នកនាំចូលវាខាតរាប់លានដុល្លារមើលវានាំចូលទៀតអត់ណាហើយរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងគេត្រូវកាត់បិទមែនហើយក៏មិនដែរហើយចឹងមិនហៅស៊ីមួយប្រទេសផ្សេងមិនគ្រប់ច្បាប់អន្តរជាតិក្នុងការធ្វើពាណិជ្ជកម្មអីក៏អីណាអាចទៅដល់កូរ៉េដូចភ្លឺចឹងទៀតឆ្ងល់ដល់ហើយហើយពលករកូរ៉េហ្នឹងភ្លឺដល់ឯងហ្នឹងមានច្រើនទៀតអត់ហើយក៏មានតិចតួចទេខ្ញុំនិយាយពលករកូរ៉េមួយចំនួនតូចណាអាភ្លឺដូចវាអញ្ចឹងហ្នឹងហើយពួកខ្ញុំគិតថាចេះពលករកូរ៉េខ្លះតែកូរ៉េតែមួយឆ្នាំមកឡើងមកដិតមកហើយខ្លាំងអីគេខ្លាំងនៅក្នុង comment ទេអត់មានខ្លាំងអីទេនិយាយធំមែនខាងចេញ clip ថាវាគួរសមដែរនិយាយខាងពលករកូរ៉េណាដោយសារខ្ញុំអត់សូវជេរចេមសុកឥឡូវនេះថ្ងៃហ្នឹងមាន clip ត្រូវជេរចេមសុកមក clip ទៀតខ្ញុំចេញហើយឥឡូវហ្នឹងតោះញ៉ាំបាយផឹកសិនពួកខ្ញុំត្រឡប់ញ៉ាំបាយផឹកសិនតែម៉ោងហ្នឹងហើយញ៉ាំបាយផឹកម៉ោងហ្នឹងមើលតែភ្នែកដឹងថាហេតុអីមិនញ៉ាំបាយផឹកម៉ោងហ្នឹងនិយាយរឿងពាក្យការតំណែងសៀមណាបណ្ឌិត TikTok ក្រេថាមិនបតោអ្នកប្រើប្រាស់ទេបតោអ្នកនាំចូលនឹងរដ្ឋាភិបាលអ្នកឲ្យនាំចូលអញ្ចឹងណាខ្ញុំចង់និយាយចេះពួកអាទៅក្រេតែមួយឆ្នាំឡើងបណ្ឌិតហ្នឹងវាអត់មានចំណាយទេអញ្ចឹងណាព្រោះវាបតោហ្នឹងវាថាចេះអាអ្នកមានលុយវាទៅទិញស៊ីមកពីគេនាំចូលណាចុះបើឯងប្រកាច់មានលុយឲ្យកុំទិញស៊ីឲ្យអស់អាអ្នក
Today on Forbes, why Bad Bunny won't get paid for the Super Bowl halftime show. Last September, after a sold-out summer residency of 31 concerts in his native...
Breaking news after Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna called out the Justice Department. They've redacted these names.
I watched your show. It was great. How did you do? Do you have a sense of how many people watched?
Yeah, I think Bad Bunny's performance looked pretty cool, but if I'm being honest, I think it would have been a whole lot better if I could understand what he was actually saying. Might be one of the dumbest takes that I've seen on this app over and over again. Because as someone who didn't understand a majority of the things that he was saying, but grew up in a culture that is very heavy on music, anyone who knows anything about music will be able to tell you that music is a universal language. Good music that actually has impact, that actually has meaning. You will not have to understand.
I'm sorry, Piers, but To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official documented thing.
You don't have one.
Right.
The fuck is it?
The Bad Bunny halftime performance was trash. That's how I feel.
Donald Trump is completely losing it tonight as he is now claiming that China will permanently eliminate the Stanley Cup in a deranged post about Canada. Now, this is on Truth Social tonight, where Donald Trump decided to go off on Canada, mostly upset about the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge, where Donald Trump was going through his usual saying, we should be compensated for it, we should own half of it, all of that nonsense. But one part of his rant was particularly troubling. Take a listen. Prime Minister Carney wants to make a deal with China, which will eat Canada alive. We'll just get leftovers. I don't think so. The first thing China will do is terminate all ice hockey being played in Canada and permanently eliminate.
Well, we have more.
We have some major news right now. The unredacted Epstein files show that Donald Trump lied about a key part of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Jamie Raskin, a congressman from Maryland, just finished reviewing the unredacted Epstein files that he was able to see because he's a member of Congress. He came out and confirmed that the Department of Justice redacted a section of an Epstein a synopsis prepared by Epstein's lawyers. And while that synopsis said that Donald Trump said that Epstein wasn't a member of Mar-a-Lago, but was a guest at Mar-a-Lago, and that he was never kicked out. And these documents were from the 2009 period where Epstein was first under investigation. Now, that's a problem for the president. Why? Well, because he previously said that back in 2003, 2004, he kicked Epstein out of the Mar-a-Lago club due to inappropriate relationships Epstein had with a spa worker at the Mar-a-Lago club. That was Donald Trump's quotes. That was what Donald Trump said. Well, we're now learning that the DOJ redacted a key part of a synopsis that would have completely undercut
Absolutely terrible. Speaker, does President Trump?
Here's what President Donald Trump.
Ghislaine Maxwell is now saying that
Look at this.
Donald Trump has just hit a new milestone, and it is really not a good one for him. It's maybe good for people who believe in better governance, but it's not good for Trump. A new poll shows that 40% approve of Trump's job performance and 58% disapprove. That is minus 18 for Donald Trump. Among independents, only 27% approve, 63 disapprove. This has real consequences. When a president is this deeply unpopular, things break down very quickly. Number one, Congress turns into a battlefield. Members of the president's own party worry about their seats, especially with the midterms coming up. They distance, they block legislation, they hedge every vote. We're starting to see that. We're not going to let Trump take Greenland. We think Trump's going too far here. He's going too far there. Number two, it gets really hard to govern when you are this unpopular because forget about big reform. You just can't do it. Budgets get very chaotic. Foreign policy credibility drops. Allies and adversaries see weakness and instability. And then number three, midterms are sort of always a referendum on the party that took power 2 years before, but it gets extra dicey if the president is this unpopular. And we've seen this before. Obama was in the low 40s before the 2010 midterms, and Democrats lost the House and lost it pretty badly. Biden was in the low 40s before 2022's midterms, and Democrats lost the House and barely held the Senate. Bush's approval, George W. Bush's approval, collapsed after Iraq and after Katrina, and Republicans got crushed in 2006. Low approval doesn't guarantee a wipeout, but it is definitely a big warning. And Trump is in the danger zone. Every race in 2020.
We have news right now. Ghislaine Maxwell says she will only speak publicly and testify if Donald Trump lets her out of prison and grants her clemency. Today, her lawyer, David Oscar Marcus, released a statement to committee members as she invoked her Fifth Amendment and stayed silent during her deposition, and essentially said that she will speak and she will spill the beans in a way if Trump grants her clemency. Quote, if this committee and the American public truly want to hear the unfiltered truth about what happened, there's a straightforward path. Ms. Maxwell is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump. But here's the problem with that statement. Ms. Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell,
President Donald Trump is here in Florida for the weekend, but he is calling one of the members of Team USA at the Winter Olympics in Italy a, quote, real loser, adding that he believes it will be difficult to cheer on this person. Now, this comes after freestyle skier Hunter Hess said this. Take a listen.
I think it brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Those comments, which came during a press availability late last week, received criticism from a number of conservatives online, and now from the president himself, who wrote this, quote,
the White House doctor says Trump is essentially a robust athlete, is what we are meant to believe. Active lifestyle and regularly winning golf tournaments. And at Davos, Trump walked back threats on Iran. He says he pulled back because they wanted to talk. On Greenland, it was these bombastic threats. We must have it and we will take it. Followed by, oh, we don't really need to do anything because we've got a deal. Oh, does the deal include that the U.S. gets Greenland? Well, no, it doesn't. So he wants the image of the tough guy without the cost of being the tough guy. So I believe that this is a simple behavioral loop. Trump's primary goal is immediate emotional payoff. He wants applause. He wants viral clips. He wants headlines that make him look big and strong. That pushes rhetoric towards the extreme. You get more attention.